Do you struggle with not knowing what's going to happen in the future or struggle with the unknown? Well, today we're going to talk about that, how to deal with the unknown. So, how to deal with the unknown? That's something that I think many people struggle with in our world today. Is most people have this desire to be in control. We want to be in control of our life. We want to be in control of everything around us, because when we feel like we're in control, then we have this sense of security or this sense of safety, and we have this belief that everything will be okay. Well, everything that we do in this life is based on the beliefs that we have, because our beliefs create our emotions, our thoughts and our beliefs create our emotions, and our thoughts and beliefs drive our behaviors. Well, what if our thoughts and beliefs are incorrect? Is there such thing as having incorrect thoughts and beliefs? Or is whatever you think and whatever you believe true for you? And that's really what this life is that we all kind of have our own reality, and we all can believe whatever it is that we want to believe, and then that's true for ourselves. Well, we live in a world that is governed by laws or principles. So there are natural laws that govern the world in which we live, like the law of gravity. You know, if I decide to walk off a cliff, I'm not going to float, I'm going to fall. And so it doesn't really matter what I believe. There's a truth there that gravity exists, and whether I believe it or not, it's going to function and operate. So if gravity exists, then could it be that there are other laws and principles that govern the world in which we live? Well, we know that there are physical laws that govern all aspects of the world, but there are also laws that govern things like relationships and happiness and success. And there are three foundational principles that govern everything that we do. And those three foundational principles are accountability, which says that you're accountable for your life and you can't give it away to anyone else and nobody can take it from you. The second is choice, which says that in any circumstance or situation, you have a choice about three things. And these three things are the third principle, which is the principle of control. So you only have control over three things, and you have a choice about what you do with those three things. And those three things are your conscious thoughts. So in any circumstance or situation, you can choose what you want to think about that. Your thoughts create your emotions, which means you also choose your emotions. And then our thoughts and our beliefs drive our behaviors. So we can control our conscious thoughts, our emotions, and our behaviors. That's it. Everything else is just influence. So think about that and dealing with the unknown. So somewhere I must have a belief that says that I can know certain things. Well, tell me this, is there anything in your future that you can know for sure? I was going to say, I guess we all know that we are going to die, and that's probably true. So they say death and taxes, right? So there are a few things, but could that change? I mean, could it change to where we didn't have to pay taxes? Is it possible? It could. But everything that's in the future is unknown. And yet what happens is, now think about this in your own life, you create beliefs about what will happen, and then you just accept that that's the way that it's going to be. And then oftentimes what we do is we base our happiness based on what we think is going to happen. So maybe I'm at a place where I have a job and I have a belief that it's a secure job and my job pays well. And so I have a belief that one, I have a job that's going to provide security for me and my family, and I'm making enough money to cover all of our expenses. And as a result of that, I feel safe, I feel secure, I feel happy. But is that belief true? Is there such a thing as a secure job? I don't think so. I mean, right now in our country, we've got a situation where the government workers, the federal government, which is a secure job, or a lot of people would say that it is, a lot of them are laid off right now and not working. So even those jobs that we tend to have a belief that are secure, things could change in any moment and we could lose that job. What is the solution then of dealing with the unknown? Because you could move into a place where you are fearful and afraid of everything because now you know that nothing is certain. Well, it's true that nothing is certain, but there are things that we can have a pretty good idea that are going to be there. But more important than that, what we have to realize is going back to the principles or the laws that govern this world in which we live. We don't control anything outside of ourselves, but we do control us and how we respond. So regardless of what happens outside of us, we get to choose what we think about that, how we feel about it, and what we do in response to that. So the solution to feeling secure and safe about maybe the fear that you have concerning the unknown is to educate yourself and to gain as much knowledge and skill as possible so that you have a belief in yourself and your abilities that whatever happens, you're able to take care of yourself to the best of your ability. Now, one other fear that a lot of people have that is part of the unknown is death. So what's going to happen to me when I die? Well, you create your own beliefs. And the truth is, you don't know for sure what's going to happen when you die. And then we can apply that to everything that happens in life. So let's say that you're given a task that you've never done before, but you're not sure that you can do it, or you think that it's going to be hard. Well, it's just a belief. You've never done it before, so you don't know what it's going to be like. And again, we can take anything. So anything we do for a reason, because we think it's going to give us what we want. Why do people get married? They think that if they get married, that their life is going to be better. Why do people go to a job? Well, they go to a job because they believe that they're going to get paid for going to the job. Well, are there people that have ever gone to a job and not got paid? Are there people that have gotten married thinking that now their life is going to be bliss, and it's turned out that their life is more unhappy than it was before they got married? So we have these beliefs and we think that they're true, but all they are is beliefs. Here's the real solution. All we have is right now. This is the only thing that we know for sure, is what's happening right now in my life. And the key to not worrying about what's going to happen in the future, again, is understanding that we don't have control over that. So I need to work on letting it go. And I need to really work on just taking advantage of where I'm at right now, which is in this present moment, and enjoying this present moment. If we can get in the pattern or the habit of doing that, then regardless of what happens in the future, it's okay, because we're in a mindset of looking for the positive, being grateful for what we have. And as a result of that, every moment can be a happy moment. Every moment can be a moment filled with love and peace and contentment, and knowing that whatever happens, it's going to be okay. Now, this may be a new way of thinking about things for you. Maybe at first thought, you're thinking, I don't know that I really like this, because I would rather hang on to that illusion that I'm in control of things. It's just not true. And if you'll turn your conscious brain on and think about that, you'll realize that and recognize that. And so I promise you that as you will work on identifying and understanding more of the principles that govern this world in which we live, and striving to align your beliefs and your behaviors in alignment with those principles, you'll be in a state of love and a state of happiness in your day-to-day actions, in your day-to-day circumstances, regardless of whatever is happening around you, and regardless of what may look like it's going to happen in the future. The truth is, we don't know what's going to happen. So stay in the present, enjoy where you're at today, and have an amazing life. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel and continue to watch the videos that we post daily, and hopefully those will help you better understand principles and how principles work and function in your life. And if you want to know more about who we are, visit our website. You'll see that listed below. And if you're watching this on LinkedIn, be sure and follow me here.